Now, here is the really scary part about this attack. We're told by people connected to Jussie that as the men fled, they yelled, "This is MAGA country."
All right, you guys, this is James from 9 Free Project, and of course, here's the top of the hour, the top of the story right now. And when I saw this, I was like, oh, here we go. You know, and you know what? Before anyone tries to say that, okay, I'm being rude, crass, and crude, let me just say this right here. I pray that this is not true. I pray that this is all a hoax. I pray that this is a media stunt. I really do. For the mere fact that I don't believe that anyone should be attacked for their race, their political beliefs, or their sexuality. Whatever they want to do, be, whatever, that's up to them. And everybody should respect each other and love each other regardless of what of opposing views and lifestyles. So, with that being said, but I do want to offer my opinion with regards to this. And you know, initially when I saw the story, I was like, oh my man, you know, it's like, wow, it's sad to hear that this happened to him. But now the first story, unfortunately, that I've caught is on TMZ. Now, being the sensational story that they are, the sensationalists that they are, TMZ, as you can see, the title, Victim of Homophobic Attack by MAGA Supporters, Empire Calls in Armed Security. So the title alone, that was a good title to grab you by the throat and make you stop. And so when I'm looking at this, I'm like, wow, you know. And I watched the video by the guy with the dreadlocks, and there's a video on YouTube where he talks about the whole incident based off this story here. And I'm saying to myself, really? Dude, when you look at the video, you're going to see how the whole story goes to really the worst part about it is the MAGA issue. It seems like that's the worst part about it. You know, not the fact that this brother was allegedly beaten up, bleach poured on him, noose around his neck and all that kind of stuff. But no, MAGA supporters. That was the worst part about it. I mean, really. But you know, on top of all that, of course, T.I. had something to say, and you know T.I., he always got something to say about something. But anyway, so he goes on to say, he says, it's a disgusting blank shame that we are continuing, that we continue to allow this to happen to our people with no recourse. He writes, the hits won't stop until we hit back. Revolution is imminent. Laws of reciprocity say so. Prayers are great, but when I'm wrong, get up off your knees and ride for me. Be strong, stay solid. We're here for you, bro. You know, so here we go. I mean, it's almost a perfect storm for this whole thing. You have the racial component of it. You have the sexuality component of it, and then you have the alleged MAGA hats or MAGA representatives or people who are MAGA supporters that are attached to this as well, allegedly. So now on MSNBC, they're saying that the MAGA stuff has not been proven, or yeah, it hasn't been proven. But for, as you can see on TMZ, they are not even using the word alleged. I mean, they're just putting TMZ is putting it out there, but of course, that again, it grabs you by the throat and lets you know, hey, you know, this is something that we should pay attention to. Now, here's the thing. Let's go ahead and get into this. Coming off of the whole issue with the Catholic boys, the Indian guy, and the Black Israelites that happened on the mall during the March for Life. See, they didn't. A lot of the mainstream media didn't mention that it was during March for Life. Coming off of that, where mainstream media made a fool of themselves. They literally made a fool of themselves, and everybody saw how, quote-unquote, fake that they are when it comes to the news. So now, here's an issue where it is, again, the perfect storm for them to, quote-unquote, redeem themselves. And I'm not saying anything, but I'm saying a lot, if you get what I'm saying. But like I said before, I believe that a lot is going to go down, a lot is going to happen during the presidential election and times leading up to it. Things such as this, because tempers are so high and people do not respect each other when it comes to political beliefs anymore, their religious beliefs anymore, and it has and sexuality and things of that nature. People feel like they're being attacked for being who they are and or believing one or way or the other. And so as a believer or as a non-believer, people feel like they are being attacked. And so therefore, what would typically happen is that people are going to start, quote unquote, fighting back to some form or degree. And unfortunately, it leads to things like this. So again, I always go back to, let love rule and lead. Let God be your source and your God and lead you into respecting everybody. But when it comes to this story right here, I am quick to say that potentially this could be something to flip around that whole incident with regards to the MAGA hat wearing Catholic boys, because the media needs to redeem themselves. That's really what needs to happen. They need to redeem themselves. And here we go, cook it up. I'm not saying that's what happened, but I'm saying this. You go ahead and take it for what you think it is. But anyway, all right, so that's the story right now. This is going to go on for a minute. As you can say, they say it is MAGA country. They put a noose on the man, allegedly, and they beat him up and allegedly poured bleach on him. So, yeah, man, this thing is getting crazy. All right, remember, as always, Jesus Christ is Lord. Peace.